everyone, today I'm going to show you my foundation routine using Dior Diorskin Nude, and it comes in a bottle that is 1 fluid ounce. The top is a little bit bright, so I'm going to cover it. This is what it looks like. I'm the lightest shade. I am a shade 10 in this, and this is called the Natural Glow Hydrating Makeup. I'm going to show you how I use this, how the coverage is. Right now I don't have anything on my face. I do have some redness and discoloration. I have a few blemishes here and there, and I'm just going to show you how to do my foundation using the Dior. So first I start by applying a lotion. Right now I am using the Dior HydraLife. I like to apply my lotion with a makeup sponge. I just think it gives me a really nice coverage. It keeps my lotion from feeling too oily or greasy. I don't like when you apply lotion sometimes and it feels like it leaves like a greasy finish on your skin. I don't actually use primer, and I don't know if it's because of the way I apply my lotion, but for some reason I never need to use primer when I use my foundation, especially when I use a makeup sponge to apply that lotion. It takes care of any dry skin, and it also cuts back that kind of wait time for you to have to wait for your lotion to soak into your skin. It still really hydrates my skin without putting too much product on. So I do like to use just clean makeup sponges. A few times I'll throw them away and switch them out, but most of the time when I put lotion on my skin anyways, it's clean. I only apply lotion to a clean, dry face. So I have spread the lotion all over my face, and now I'm going to go on to the foundation. And again, you can see I have some areas of discoloration, a few blemishes. I like to shake it up. It's not really liquidy, but I do always like to shake my foundation. Or you know, some people say you can roll it, whichever you prefer. Just make sure you get it good and mixed up, because sometimes they can kind of separate when you use them. The Dior has a kind of a silver pump on the front with a little dispenser. The bottle is glass, so you do have to be careful with it. I actually take it and I apply it on the back of my hand. It's not super liquidy, but it is a little bit runny. I'll show you the texture. You can see it kind of does slowly kind of dribble down my hand, but it's not too bad. I am using the Essence of Beauty foundation brush. It's kind of a really soft, nice brush. I really like it. And when I apply the Diorskin Nude, I don't like to tap it all over my face first and then go back and blend it. I like to work one area at a time. So to do that, I start on one cheek or the other usually, and I work my way out. Make sure to really buff and blend as I go. I think this foundation is so hydrating and so cooling. It feels really nice on the skin. It does kind of gives me like a light cooling effect. I really like the way it is. Now like I said, I only squirt what I need as I go because I don't want to use too much. I like to blend the areas as I go. This does a really nice job of leveling out your skin tone, especially if you have some areas that are red, or maybe if you have hyperpigmentation. It is a medium coverage, and it's not sheer. It feels really nice. It feels like your own skin. It's not greasy at all. It is wonderful. In my opinion, I think it would be great for all skin types, because I have a combination skin type. I have a really oily T-zone. I'm really dry through my cheeks, and I think this is just a great match for my skin tone. I think it would be great for dry skin because it is very hydrating, and it does have a mineral water type compound mixed into it. Like I said, this is about a medium coverage, and areas that you feel like you need extra coverage, you can actually add more, and you can get a thicker coverage when you use the foundation. I'm just kind of looking back and forth to the mirror. Alright, that's pretty much one coat completely blended in. Mind you, I am super pale, so Hopefully this isn't too blinding. I don't drag foundation down onto my neck. I never do that. I will never put foundation down my neck. I think it's messy. It can get on your clothes, and you should get your foundation match close enough that you don't have to carry it down onto your neck. Your foundation should always match your neck. Or, you know, this part of your chest. If you look down, your face should match your chest area. Blend it into your ears really good. And I blend just right around the crease of my jawline. Alright, that's the first coat. That was about, I'd say about just one pump and maybe a half pump. And that is the medium coverage. Now, if you have some maybe acne or some scarring or discoloration you want to cover up, maybe do a little tiny extra pump. And when you double up the foundation in these areas, it doesn't ever get to a full coverage. I don't think it's thick enough for that. The consistency isn't as thick. But it does go to a medium plus. I think it does great. Really cuts the amount of concealer that I have to use when I use this foundation. And my skin just feels like skin. Seriously, it's not sticky. It soaks right in. It doesn't accentuate my pores at all. It is like an airbrush, natural, smooth finish. And that is the way the Diorskin applies and how it looks. And you can see, I think you can already see, I mean, it's great. It covers up all that redness and discoloration. I'll go ahead and say that the smell is clean and fresh. It sort of smells like a light, there's no real discernible scent, but it's just like a light, clean, fresh scent. It's nothing strong or overpowering. There's no strong perfumes. So I like the smell. I'm really sensitive to smells and it doesn't bother me at all. I have sensitive skin. I have super sensitive skin and it doesn't break out my sensitive skin, which I love. And I just think it's really nice. Long wearing, I can wear this for about 6 hours and my oily skin doesn't come through. The oiliness doesn't come through. And I've been really pleased with this foundation. Now I'm going to keep going in case you would like to see how I finish up my foundation routine. I'm going to roll with that. So after I do my foundation application, I put on a light coat of lip balm just because I want, by the time I'm done with the rest of my foundation routine, I want to be able to apply my lipstick and have, you know, kind of address the dryness issue. It gives it a chance to soak in. Now for concealing, I like to use the MAC Prolongwear. It comes in a bottle like this. And if you happen to watch my really long 17-minute video, I explained that with this concealer, it comes out of the bottle so fast and there's so much that comes out that it's almost wasteful. So I went to the MAC and picked up a sample jar, and you can see one pump of this, watch. Look how much comes out, and I can't even do a half pump. You cannot do a half pump with this. It just comes right on out, and I don't like being wasteful. So I like to collect it in the little jar. The jar seals. It doesn't dry it out, so you can use it. I get about 3 to 4 uses out of a single pump. Can you imagine if I put that on the back of my hand and threw that away? That would just be ridiculous. So, and it doesn't take much of this concealer to do the job. So just gently tap a eyeshadow, like a rounded dome top eyeshadow brush in it, and I look down, and the areas I feel need concealing are going to be the areas that are darkest or the areas that show any signs of discoloration. The great thing about the Prolongwear concealer is it doesn't set too quickly, and basically all that means is that I can work with it for a longer amount of time. I have more of a decent range of time to be able to blend the concealer into my skin the way I want to. It's not going to dry too quickly on me. It's sort of thick. It's not super thick and pasty, but it is a thicker, more viscous liquid. So I think it feels really nice when I put it on. And I try to extend it a little bit down into the youth triangle, which is like a triangle that runs across here. That just lifts up the center part of my face a little bit. And just kind of look down, and as I see little areas that I need to address, I go ahead and take care of that. I run it up into here because sometimes I can be a little bit dark on the inner corners of my eyes right in here. So it just evens that out a little bit. I mean, I'll probably have blemishes until the day I die. I have never had perfect skin. I always have a breakout or something going on that I have to try to cover up. But you can see how nicely this blends over the Dior skin as well. I don't feel like I'm mixing two totally different textures and just messing up my foundation by adding this type of concealer. I think they complement each other well, and I don't think it matters that you mix brands because it's all about what works for you and for your skin type. So I've just basically taken the time and I have concealed the little areas that pretty much bother me, or little areas that I feel might be a little bit dark. And that's pretty much it for the concealer. I don't feel like I wasted any because, as you can see, I still have a bunch left in here. And I'll be able to use that next time and it won't be dried out. It'll be safe in here. So then what I do is I set my Prolongwear concealer with the Benefit Powderflage. It comes in a little pink powder container. This is a violet based powder. It's like a violet pink. And this just, I think it works wonderfully for setting your concealer under your eyes. I like it because it's very light, and in my opinion it does not settle into the fine lines because I do have some fine lines. To run a little highlight down my nose and a little across my Cupid's bow right here. And that basically just sets my under eye concealer and brightens up the area just a little bit. And you can already see, I mean, how smooth and even everything looks. I think it's wonderful. Now, I probably honestly don't have to set the Diorskin foundation, but I do like to because I do have a T-zone, and for that I use the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish, and this is the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish Natural, and I'm the shade Light Medium. And I just take a little bit of that. I don't want to over powder just because I don't think I need it ever, really. I mean, I get some shine, so the areas that I know I pick up a little bit of shine, I'm just going to lightly, gently dust powder over that area. Right through here. I don't bother going too far over here because I never get oily, but I do sometimes get oily on my cheeks. And I'm just barely touching with this powder to set it, and it is just such a smooth finish. Now, if I really feel like I want to blend it out a little bit more, or I feel like I might have overkilled on something, I'll take a flat top brush. This isn't duo fiber, this is just a black fiber brush. It looks like they maybe bleached the tips when they did this style, but I'll just take a flat top brush or even a kabuki, and I'll just do one final blend, especially like around my hairline, because a lot of times your hairline is a little bit lighter and you just want to spread that color into your hairline. Again, around the ears and just along the jawline, buff it. And in case you were curious, I do not apply Diorskin directly under my eyes. You probably could, but because I like to use a separate concealer, I just like to have a clean finish on the bottom for me to be able to build the concealer underneath. I don't like to layer on too many products under the eyes because if you do, it tends to go into those fine lines and you don't want to risk that. So basically that is the finish, and I'm going to see like how close I can get. Hopefully it'll focus, but you can see it's a nice, just a light, natural finish. And obviously I look very pale, but then I'll go in with my blush, I'll go in with my bronzers if I'm going to bronze, I'll fill in my brows, and I'll do the rest of my makeup routine. But as far as the foundation goes, I've tried many foundations, and with the Diorskin, it is a little bit more expensive. It'll run you about $50 after you pay taxes, but it is so worth it in my opinion. Now, skin is ever changing, so maybe a year from now or 2 years from now that product might not work for me, but for now I'm really happy to have found something, and hopefully this review has helped you and you've learned something from it. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.